Today, Congress gets involved in a prayer battle at the World War II Memorial on the Mall in Washington, D.C. President Franklin Roosevelt recited this prayer to the country as troops prepared for D-Day. Among other things, he said, "Almighty God, our sons, pride of our nation, this day have set upon a mighty endeavor, a struggle to preserve our republic and our religion and our civilization, and to set free a suffering humanity." That was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Well, our next guest wants that prayer displayed on the World War II Memorial, but the White House doesn't want it. Congressman Bill Johnson from Ohio drafted the proposal. He joins us from our bureau. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning, Steve.
Okay, why would you like to see the FDR prayer included in the World War II Memorial?
Well, Steve, I'm a veteran myself. Having been a commander, I've seen that freedom is not free. I know the sacrifice that our men and women in uniform pay. And what better tribute to the greatest generation, those brave fighting forces that landed on the beaches of Normandy, than to put the prayer that their commander-in-chief offered on that pivotal day in our nation's history. I think it's a very appropriate tribute.
Just about a half a mile from that particular memorial is the Lincoln Memorial, and up on the wall, right in there, you've got the words of Abraham Lincoln at the doing the Gettysburg Address when they dedicated that particular cemetery in Gettysburg. So it does have a lot of power in seeing the words that people heard. But I tell you what, sir, the director of the Bureau of Land Management, a guy by the name of Robert Abbey, you know him, he said this: altering the memorial in this way will necessarily dilute this elegant memorial's central message and its ability to clearly convey that message, to move, educate, and inspire. Those are kind of strong words, that a prayer would dilute a memorial.
Absolutely, and we questioned Director Abbey about that. In fact, we questioned Secretary Salazar yesterday, who stood by the Department of the Interior's position that it would indeed dilute the central message of the memorial. Now, when questioned further, Secretary Salazar actually said he personally did not believe that to be true. So we've got a dichotomy going on between what the Secretary believes personally and what his department's position is officially. But it absolutely makes no sense, Steve.
Yeah.
They're standing on a law from 2003 that has been amended or waived twice to add commemorative acts to the National Mall.
I think we both know that if it were simply a little quotation from somebody famous, no problem. But because it is a prayer, there is a big problem.
Well, and you know what baffles me, Steve? This is not a prayer that was offered by some religious zealot or anything like that. This prayer was offered by the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, as a prayer of solace and comfort to not only the nation, but to the men that were going into harm's way at a critical time in our nation's history.
Well, I know you've got something like 50 co-sponsors for this. What's the next stage?
Well, we go through committee markup this week.
Okay.
Not sure when it's going to come to the House floor, but I'm optimistic that this is going to pass on a bipartisan vote.
All right.
And I look forward to seeing that the White House changes their position.
Well, we'll find out. All right. Congressman Johnson, we thank you very much for joining us and telling us your story today from the Bureau.
Thank you for having me.